For most of your life, you've had to ask permission to make basic decisions. Until one day you've woken up and now you decide what you do. You're in control. And that terrifies you. And now you're feeling lost, stuck, and you feel like your life has no meaning. And right now you're probably asking how I know this. Well, it's because I've been there. I've been in your shoes. And I know how heavy it feels. The weight of responsibility. And I want to share with you how I turned things around for me. I went from a position where I honestly struggled to wake up in the morning to where I am today, where I'm excited for the future. For the first time in my life. Because luckily for you, there's nothing actually special about me. I just decided that I wanted to take control of my life. And the fact that I've done it proves that you can do it too. So let me tell you how. So around 4 years ago, I was in the same place that you are. I felt stuck, depressed, and completely unsure of what I was going to do with my life. I was working dead-end jobs, just trying to survive and get by, just hating my existence, like just feeling numb to everything that was around me. I was constantly comparing myself to others, isolating myself, and avoiding my emotions. And I'll be honest, there were days where I honestly felt like life wasn't worth living anymore. And that was until I realized, well, I was kind of forced to realize that I had to take responsibility for my life. Because when my mum got sick, I had to leave my job and go back to my family home and be responsible for the person that literally gave me life. And this gave me a whole new perspective. I realized that I was not capable in my current self to look after her and be the person that she needed me to be. And that inspired me to make some changes and become the person that I could actually be proud of. But it didn't all happen in one day or a month or even a year. It's a process that I'm still undergoing right now, but I can definitely say that I've made massive improvements. And here are some lessons that I learned that I really do feel like can benefit you. Because all it takes is small but consistent steps. The first lesson is to take responsibility for your life. Because the first thing you have to understand as a young man is that no one is coming to save you. You have no chance of a, Prince Charming or Princess Charming coming to sweep you off your feet and rescue you from your shitty life. It's going to have to be you. You're going to have to become the hero of your own story. And that fact will either deter you from even trying in the first place because you can't envision a reality where you save yourself, or it can really inspire you to change your identity and really take control of your existence. And for me, luckily, it was the latter. And something I had to acknowledge is that since I had to take responsibility for my life, it meant that, technically this is good news for me because I didn't have to rely on someone else to save me. I knew that it was in my control. My choices, my actions, my thoughts, these are all we can control as humans. And once you dial in on how to maximize these and make them work for you, things become a lot simpler. So once you've taken responsibility for your life and you now understand that your life is in your control, the next step is to focus on your small wins. Because when you start from the bottom, where you're literally barely hanging on to life, the only way is up. And the only way you can climb up is by clinging on to your small achievements on the way up. So that means maybe just waking up on time. That's one step up there. Maybe waking up at the same time every week. You're climbing up there. Maybe that's just taking the rubbish out that's been in your room for the last couple of months. That's another step. Maybe it's just exercising for 10 minutes. Maybe it's just journaling your thoughts for the first time. You have to acknowledge that these are all very important steps to becoming the person you want. You may now think that these are very small things and they're not worth really, recognizing, but you're wrong. That's the part of you that's scared. That's the part of you that doesn't want to acknowledge that you're actually you're changing and you're trying. That part of you is your inner critic. And you have to master that inner voice if you want to actually change and become a better version of yourself. So something that I've actually done that's really helped me, especially early on in my journey, is that I would keep a gratitude journal. So literally just take account of all the things I'm grateful for. Take account of all the little things I'm doing that are actually improving my life. And before you know it, your brain will be more accustomed to seeing yourself in a positive light. And the third lesson that will help you on your journey is to surround yourself with better people. When I say better people, I don't mean people that, are cooler or richer or whatever. I mean people that are better influences. People that make you feel good about yourself. People that actually want to push you to be better. I don't know about you, but for me, I used to be very uncomfortable around people that, were good influences simply because they would make me judge myself. They would make me have to reflect and look at myself and be like, am I really trying my best? Am I really doing the things that I think I'm doing? And at first, there's going to be a part of you that wants to run away from these people because they're not going to tell you what you want to hear. But that's exactly why you should stay around them. But they're gonna give you the real like perspective that you're probably missing from your life. Because surrounding yourself with other people who just don't really care too much about you or don't really care about too much about themselves, it's only going to keep you in that perpetual kind of mediocre energy. And if you actually want to change your life around, that you can't be okay with that anymore. So for me, I literally stopped spending time with people that I didn't admire in any way. If you think about it, you shouldn't be spending time with people that don't have any qualities that you actually admire or don't have any qualities about them that you actually respect. Because by surrounding yourself with them, all you're doing is affirming in your brain that you belong around these type of people. And by surrounding yourself with better influences, it's not just the people in your life, it's also the type of content that you're consuming, the type of knowledge you're surrounding yourself with, and the sort of books and podcasts and that kind of stuff that you're actually reading. Because I'll be honest, early on in my journey, a lot of my best friends were like podcasters or like influential figures, because I would study their books, study their words, and actually try and apply it to my own life. Because I'll be honest, I didn't have a lot of people around me that I really aspired to be like. So I had to rely on these external figures to really help motivate me to become the person I want to be. So some practical steps to actually heal and become a better version of yourself is that you need to acknowledge where you are right now without judging yourself too harshly. Because it's okay to like not have it all figured out, but you need to know where you're starting from. Because I think we all have different starting points, but it's very important to be able to acknowledge where you're starting at. And this may mean that you have to acknowledge that I'm starting at the bottom. I don't know anything about myself. I don't know what I want to do. Okay, sure, then you're starting at the bottom. That's okay. Everyone starts somewhere. Don't judge yourself too harshly for it. What you can do now is try. You don't have to create a structure in your life. So that means a routine that you can follow. And I don't mean like a best case scenario routine. I mean a routine that you can actually commit to. So you don't have to get up at 6 a.m. and go for a jog or anything like that. Like, if you actually can't do that consistently, don't aspire to do the things you can't do. If you know that you're someone who, maybe you can't wake up at 6:30, but you can wake up at 8:30. You can wake up at 8. You can try start there. Like, start small, especially when you're just starting your journey. Don't try and go straight into the deep end, because of course maybe you'll last there for a couple of weeks, but then reality will set in and you'll probably go back to baseline and you'll struggle to hit those same heights again. So just start small. So having things in your daily routine like, a certain time to wake up, a time to exercise, a time to journal, a time to meditate, things like that, it really does help build structure into your life and change your identity. Because I'll be honest, man, my routine, especially my morning routine, has saved me from so many bad days. It saved me from all the times where I'm just feeling emotional, I'm in my head, I'm worrying about things. It helps just kind of ground me. And I think it's really important for anyone who's trying to change the way they view themselves. Thirdly, you need to invest in yourself. And I'm not talking just about buying new clothes, like external things. I mean invest in your brain. Like, learn a new skill, read some interesting books that make you challenge the way you think. And something that I did as well was actually go to therapy for a while. I did CBT therapy, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. I did that for around, I want to say 6 or 7 months. And I felt that really did help solidify a lot of the things I was learning by myself. And I know it's not for everyone, but if you do think it will benefit you, I do recommend going to it. Because every bit of new information that you start to acquire will build your confidence and will help build this new identity for yourself. And you also need to stay patient with yourself, because there will be times where your progress fluctuates. Like, healing and growing is not like a linear thing where it's just constantly improving constantly. There'll be dips, there'll be valleys, there'll be times where you feel like you've made no progress. There'll be times where it feels like you're back to ground zero. And during those times, it's important to not give up, because hard times will come. Hard times are unavoidable. Like, as fucked up as it sounds, but pain and struggle is part of the human experience. It is. You can't avoid it. Healing takes time, but every small step forward, it really does matter. So if I'm taking all of this into account, I can say that my life has changed tenfold. Like, I'm so proud of the effort I've put in and the results that I've got from really changing the way I view myself, changing the way I choose to perceive my life. And I really do believe that following some of the steps that I've talked about can really generate real change and growth for you. Because today I feel stronger mentally, physically, more grounded. I have a purpose. And I know the same is possible for you, because as I said at the beginning, I'm not special. I'm not special. I just decided that I didn't want to be like everyone else. I didn't want to just accept the bare minimum. I didn't want to just accept that I was broken. I didn't want to just accept that I'm depressed. I wanted to change it. I wanted to change myself. And you can do it too. It's really just showing up for yourself and keeping yourself accountable. Making sure that you are solid with your word. The things you say you do them. So if you're ready to take the first step into really changing the way you view yourself and becoming a new person, a person you can be proud of, then let's talk. I'm here to help you. You can use the link in my bio to book a one-to-one call with me where we'll go through some personalized, in-depth guidance on how you can improve and how you can actually heal from your past and become a better version of yourself. So just remember, you're not alone on this. And the feelings that you have right now, they don't have to last forever because you've got what it takes. You have that human spirit. You have that human ability to learn, change and adapt. You have it inside of you. And I know that you can turn this around and turn your pain into purpose because I did it too. Again, I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope this has actually really helped you and helped maybe just change the way you view yourself and understand that the way you view yourself right now isn't permanent. And I do really want to ask you to do me a favor by, liking and commenting to help this get to more people that need it. Because I do really believe in my message. I do really believe in this community, and I think we can really help people out there. So if there's anyone that you feel like will benefit from watching this, please send it to them as well. So yeah, I appreciate you. I'll speak to you soon. I'm out.